The Nissan Terra has been an important model in the local Nissan lineup, and in this video, we get to feature the most important variant of the updated Nissan Terra. Friends, meet the 2022 Nissan Terra VL Automatic 4x2. Let's do this! Hello guys, I'm Reagan and welcome back to another car review. If you're new to my channel, I hope you click that subscribe button for your regular dose of Philippine automotive content. If you're my subscriber already, well, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. After, you click that like button. Also, special thanks to Nissan Pasig for providing the Nissan Terra to do this review. If you are within the area and you have a need for any Nissan, head on down there to their showroom and check them out. For any inquiries, you may contact the person in my pinned comment below. The Nissan Terra is the SUV brother of the Navara and has been a runaway bestseller for Nissan Philippines. Despite being introduced only in 2018, the Terra went on to challenge the Toyota Fortuner and the Mitsubishi Montero Sport when it comes to SUV supremacy. Now with its major facelift, the Nissan Terra looks to take its fight to the next level. However, at the time of this shoot, we still don't have the official pricing yet of this updated Nissan Terra VL 4x2 automatic. However, given the upgrades that you get, plus this major facelift, expect the price to already breach the 2 million Philippine peso mark. Now that pricing would keep it at pace with the recently unveiled Toyota Fortuner Q and even the upcoming 2022 Isuzu MU-X. Now what got me excited with this updated Terra is the fact that we get a major facelift right here. The front fascia now looks more like the Patrol Royale rather than the previous generation Navara. In fact, when you squint your eyes a little bit, it kind of resembles the updated Toyota Fortuner Q. It gets the same squinty LED headlights here, but these are quad projector type LED headlights, and we also have the LED DRLs incorporated in the headlight housing. Now to complete the lighting duties, we also get a pair of LED fog lights mounted here on the front bumper. Now Nissan has always given us superb lighting units, and it seems that they follow the same formula when it comes to the updated Terra. Now the V-motion front grille here has also been prettified, and when you put that in combination with that squared off front bumper, plus this massive front skid plate here, you've got a look in this updated Terra that makes it seem more imposing than ever before. The side profile of the updated Terra still retains the same shape and design as the previous model, but we now get a front fender garnish here a la Ford Everest. Now, the updated Terra still gets power folding side mirrors here with LED turn signals, but we also get an updated stepboard design right here. Now, for your wheels and tires, the size of the wheels are still at 18 inches, but the design has also been updated. Now, these wheels are wrapped in 255/60 R18 tires. Behind these wheels, the updated Terra gets a massive mechanical upgrade because it now sports rear disc brakes versus the drums that are found in the previous model. So the updated Terra now has 4-wheel disc brakes. For the suspension, it's still the same, a double wishbone setup in the front and an independent multi-link rear suspension at the back. Now, the ground clearance also stands at 225 millimeters, which is a carryover from the previous model. The rear end also receives more style and flash than the previous model. We get a redesigned LED taillight assembly here, plus this stylized chrome strip that's found right there in the center of your tailgate. Now, the combination of this unique-looking chrome strip plus these LED taillights makes this Terra stand out even more in a sea of 7-seater pickup-based SUVs on the road. Now, even the rear bumpers has also received a facelift, making this Terra's rear end look even more rugged than before. Now, when you pop open the manual liftgate, you'll see that even with the third row in use, a medium-sized luggage can easily fit inside the back of the Terra. Now, if you need more space, than what this place will allow. Well, you could easily fold down the third row seats with a tug of a strap right here on the sides. And now that will give you enough space to accommodate around 4 medium-sized luggage. Now that, my friends, is what I call a utility carrier. The updated Nissan Terra's engine is also a carryover from the previous model. What we have here is the same 2.5-liter 4-cylinder turbo diesel motor that can put out 187 horsepower and 450 Newton-meters of torque. Now the power is sent to the rear wheels via a 7-speed automatic transmission. Now since this is an older engine, naturally the power figures would be lower than its newer competitors, but not by much, guys. Now this is still a very capable and dependable engine. If the updated Terra VL 4x2 gets a price bump of 100 to 150,000 Philippine pesos, that is completely worth it the moment you step inside this cabin. Now, Nissan has finally brought the cabin of the Terra up to speed with this interior because, oh boy guys, we are surrounded by premium materials and tech features here. It all starts off with the zero-gravity seats that are wrapped in black leather, and we got a really interesting center design here. Now this center design is not just aesthetic, but it's also practical because these raised bumps means that if you park your Terra out on the open parking lot on a hot sunny day, well, your bum and your back will not get too sweaty and toasty when you get inside. Now the driver's seats get power adjustments, but the passenger seat only has to do with manual adjustment, which is not really a deal breaker, guys. Now the steering wheel is also updated, and we have a newly designed steering wheel here. This has a flat bottom, and it also has a leather wrap on it, and we have buttons for cruise control and hands-free buttons for connectivity. However, we don't really get paddle shifters here, and the wheel also only tilts, but it doesn't telescope, guys. So that's a bit of a bummer for me, considering that this vehicle would likely breach the 2 million Philippine peso mark. I would have expected the telescoping steering wheel, but we don't get that here. However, when you look at the instrument gauge cluster, we have a combination of analog gauges with a 7-inch colored multi-information display in the middle. Now this is beautiful, guys, and it contains all of the vital information that you need for your updated Nissan Terra. Now, when you move over to the infotainment system, the VL trim, both in the 4x2 and the 4x4 variants, will get a 9-inch touchscreen infotainment system versus the 8-inch touchscreen that the lower VE and the EL variants get. Now, this, as I mentioned, is a 9-inch touchscreen infotainment system that comes with, get this, wireless Apple CarPlay and wired Android Auto. Now that is really cool, guys, that this updated Terra now gets wireless Apple CarPlay. Now the image of the around view monitor or the 360-degree view camera system of Nissan can also be found on this 9-inch screen. Now the image quality is, as usual, it's decent, but it's not really the class leader, guys. Now when you move down from your infotainment system, we also have here your dual zone fully automatic climate control system, and we also have a few charging ports here, a USB-C and a USB-A charging port, plus we get a wireless charging pad. Yes, even in this second to the top of the line model, the VL 4x2 gets a wireless charging pad, which is a big plus because its competitors normally give the wireless charging pad to the top range, top spec variant. But we get that here already in this 4x2 model. Now, when you move down further, you lose the manual handbrake already, but instead we have an electronic parking brake, and we have a couple of buttons here that could easily tumble your back seats forward for easy access into the third row. Now over here we have a couple of large cup holders which we will subject to my clean canteen test, and I'm really sure, guys, that this will pass my clean canteen test because it's huge. Easily. You could put like a bigger flask here and it's not going to be a problem. So yeah, that is good. We've got cup holders that are for people who are big drinkers. Okay, so once you're done looking at all the tech features and the amenities of this cabin, you'll see that the updated Terra gets really plush cabin materials. We get a combination of black soft touch materials plus burgundy leather here and some matte aluminum garnish on the lower dashboards and even here on your center stack. Now, this burgundy leather can be found on the middle dashboard. We also have some inserts here on the door cards and even on your center armrest right here. So yes, this gives really a premium vibe to the updated Terra and makes any price increases well worth the cost. Now, normally, whenever I get in the back seat of a 7-seater pickup-based SUV, I'd already manage my expectations when it comes to space because, well, we are riding on a truck chassis, so I'd expect to get a bit cramped here. But this updated Nissan Terra surprised me, guys. You see, we get a good amount of space here. Well, more spacious than most other 7-seater pickup-based SUVs. I'm 5'6", guys, and this is my driving position, and I get around 5 inches of knee room here, and another 5 inches of headroom. Now, that's only because if there are passengers in the third row. But the good thing here is the second row can also adjust. And if I adjust it backwards, I get a whopping 10 inches of knee room here. Now, that gives me a good amount of space here at the back seat of the updated Nissan Terra. Now, when it comes to toys, my goodness, even in this VL automatic 4x2 trim, we get a ton of amenities here at the back. We get this massive screen right here on top on the ceiling, and we also have 2 charging ports here, a USB-A and a USB-C, and true to Nissan's nature of having like super cold air conditioning, we not only get 2 rear AC vents here at the bottom part, but we also get a couple of ceiling mounted AC vents here and your own separate blower control. Now, the third row passengers also get their own set of AC vents there, so everybody will be cool, calm, and comfortable here in the back seat, on the back seat and the third row of the Terra. Now, we also get a center armrest here and a couple of cup holders, so that pretty much completes the amenities you have here on the second row. Now, I'm blown away, guys, because, well, I'd normally expect this to be really tight, but it's not the case. Now, the good thing here is getting into the third row is quite easy because the second row actually just tumbles forward like this, as you can see, and you can easily go into the third row seats. Now, the third row seats of the updated Nissan Terra is quite tight, but it's still serviceable for adults who are like 5'6" or below. As I mentioned, I'm 5'6", guys, and I get a good 3 inches of headroom here, and I still have an inch of knee room here. Of course, my sitting position means that my knees are way above my hips here, guys, so this place would be good only for short trips. Or if you've got like kids, you can also put them here at the back and they'll be okay during a long drive. Now, when it comes to the overall comfort here in the back seat, or in the third row seats rather, as I mentioned, we get a couple of ceiling mounted AC vents here, and we even have a charging port here on the left side, plus an HDMI port to connect whatever gadgets so that the kids could play their video games on that large screen in front. So we also have a couple of cup holders on both sides here. So yes, even if you're relegated to the third row seat of the updated Nissan Terra, you'd be quite comfortable here as long as your height is not over 5'6". While the range-topping Nissan Terra 4x4 VL Automatic will surely grab all the attention in the limelight, eagle-eyed buyers will spot that this updated Nissan Terra VL Automatic 4x2 practically shares the same features as its 4x4 brother. In my humble opinion, I believe the updated Nissan Terra VL Automatic 4x2 presents the best value for money option in the entire Terra lineup, especially for people who would likely drive their Nissan Terras mostly on the road. Thanks for watching.